Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is having a wonderful week. Thought I would do a quick video here this morning. I want to thank everybody who is sending me information and links and everything. And thank you for all of the Christmas cards and gifts. We appreciate it so much. My goodness. And it means so much more because I know everybody is having a difficult time right now, you know, with this pandemic and the lockdowns and all of that. And a lot of interesting things going on about that, let me tell you, especially now, COVID-21. And when you hear Anthony Morris's COVID update number 4, I think it was, on their website, he's saying that this may go on for another year or so. Yeah, interesting. All right, the 2020 service report is out, and this was very good news for all of us because for the first time they're actually showing a decrease in their numbers. So when you look at the grand totals here on the first page, it's a 0.6% increase over 2019, which it isn't. It's a decrease because it's minus 0.6%. And it's interesting because when you go look at the average publishers preaching each month, it's 8,424,000. So, and they're showing, that's like 300,000 less than their peak publishers. Now, what's interesting is when you do the reverse math, like we always do every year, because I got the 2019 totals here, their average publishers was 8,471,008. So you can see that's not an increase. Well, what happened to the 300,000 that were baptized? You know why? Because those that have left basically are equaling how many they've baptized. So when I did the reverse math and I subtracted the number baptized this past year, I get 8,182,191. Difference of 288,817. So it looks like 288,817 aren't reporting time. You know, is that PMOs, ones who have left, ones disfellowshipped? We don't know. But it's just interesting, you know, when you do the math, and especially, you know, when you subtract the amount baptized, you know, only 8.1 million? What happened to the other, you know, almost 700,000 people, publishers? So this was very good news, and I haven't had a chance yet to look over specific countries, you know, and do comparisons over the years. But I do find it interesting that it looks like they had about 3 million less on the memorial attendance. They're showing the same number of lands and branches. They're showing 1,000 more memorial partakers. And they're showing a few more pioneers. And they're showing a lot less publisher hours, pioneer publisher hours, and a lot more hours missing on their hours. Because remember, they used to report like 2 billion hours out in field service. Now it's 1.6 billion. And they only have 7 million Bible studies. Of course, they claim they still spent $231 million in caring for special pioneers, missionaries, and circuit overseers in their field service assignments. So when you look at the small print, Worldwide, a total of 20,994 ordained ministers staff the branch facilities. So that's about the same, maybe 100 more from 2019. So it's going to be interesting, to look through all of this data. And a couple other things I wanted to mention here. And our dear friend Jane Doe, she did a video a while back on Bethel and how the scriptures, it actually was an apostate center of worship. And I find it interesting that Mark Newmar in A Morning Worship mentions that.
We're going to focus first on Revelation chapter 12, but verse 11. Verse 11. And they, that's the anointed remnant, conquered him, that's the devil. He hates that. The anointed conquer Satan, the devil. They prove him to be a liar. They're loyal, they're integrity keepers, their conduct, their words, everything that they do conquers the devil. And yet, in addition to that, in addition to their faith in the ransom, verse 11 goes on to say something else which truly infuriates the devil. It says, they conquer him by their word of their witnessing. Matthew 24:14, the preaching activity. Notice, there is a direct connection between conquering Satan and our preaching activity. That's what he hates. Let's open our Bibles to Amos chapter 7 and note some striking similarities between our day and Amos' day. Amos chapter 7. Now this is when Jehovah God sent Amos to the 10-tribe kingdom of Israel. Jeroboam was the king, and he put calf worship there in the city called Bethel, and calf worship was now a part of the religion there at the 10-tribe kingdom. So now Amos finds himself right in the middle of that situation. But let's see what happens, how the opposition mounts, and how it's similar, in our day. Verse 10, Amaziah, the priest of Bethel. So Amaziah is the priest of this state religion of calf worship. Bethel is the center of apostate religion.
So, sweetie, I think they're watching your videos. Now, I also wanted to mention that the Vatican has put out a statement that it's okay to get the virus vaccines using abortion cell lines. The Vatican has declared it morally acceptable for Roman Catholics to receive COVID-19 vaccines based on research that use fetal tissue from abortions. Now remember, I did a video, last week or so about these vaccines, and there was a big question. And so I'm going to put the link down below to the Vatican press release. This article I'm reading is from ABC News, so take it for what it's worth. Vatican City, the Vatican on Monday declared that it's morally acceptable for Roman Catholics to receive COVID-19 vaccines based on research that used cells derived from aborted fetuses. Guidance that came after some churchmen in the United States argued that such products were immoral. The Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith, the Vatican's watchdog office for doctrinal orthodoxy, said it had received several requests for guidance during recent months. The doctrinal office pointed out that bishops, Catholic groups, and experts have offered diverse and sometimes conflicting pronouncements on the matter. Drawing on Vatican pronouncements in past years about developing vaccines prepared from cells derived from aborted fetuses, the Watchdog Office statement was examined by Pope Francis, who ordered it to be made public. The Catholic Church teaching says that abortion is a grave sin. So wouldn't this make them part of this grave sin? Just asking. So, anyway, like I said, I'm going to put this information down below. And yeah, this report is interesting because, and of course they're showing they have about 1,000 more congregations. But Anyway, information, exciting things going around, and I hope you all have a wonderful holiday. Stay safe. We love you. Bye.